Entertained. I mean, that line comes to mind when I look at the market this morning. Holy moly! Good morning, everybody. Are you not entertained? That's all I can think of. Like coming in, looking at the 8:30 candle, like 64 points straight up in the air, and then getting a little extension on that. Like a 15-minute chart. Amazing. If you're not watching the futures, go pull up the chart. ES1 exclamation point on TradingView. I mean, holy moly, holy moly. If you're in Thinkorswim, whatever /ES, um, you know, I guess that's on. Same on Tasty Trade, same on E-Trade, like /ES. Holy man, that was a great candle. It's going to push us right up above the key resistance, and that tilts the odds to going bullish. Now, we may not be without a pullback, but tame CPI for October. I mean, wow, what a reaction. David, morning. Everett, morning. Infinity, Valerie, good morning, good morning. Robert, Michael, Larry, Sergio, Dex, Don, Merle, Nikki, Tara, Angie, Kevin, Brian, Maurizio, good morning, Pat, Francois, Trader SLA, don't recognize your name, but welcome. Glad you're at the channel. Make sure you hit the alert for notifications because I'm going live at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. I'll do your requests at 5 p.m. for 30 minutes of awesome 30 MA. Good morning, Craig, Ed, Alan, Don, Tim, Michael, Cliff, Alan, David, George, John. Welcome everybody. If you want to chat with me, just like all these fine folks right here, click the link right over here, the little green overlay, my logo. Be a subscriber to the channel. A few seconds later, you can chat right on the live stream with me. And not just that, but if you hit the bell with the notifications, you'll get alerts. If YouTube thinks you'll watch it, you'll get alerts when I go live every morning. And then Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern, I do 30 MA, like I was just talking about. 30 minutes of awesome, where I take your requests for at least 30 minutes. And lately, it's been going at least an hour. So, morning, Perry, morning, Ray. Glad to have everybody looking pretty spicy this morning. Love it. Love to see it. Love a good day. Finally something positive. And yesterday, I mean, how was that for foreshadowing, right? The S&P had set up something for the 23rd time, and so far looking like we're gonna get it popped out of here and bullish into the end of the year. Thanks for sticking with me. Anyway, let's go ahead and hit this. All trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance not necessarily indicative of future results. This presentation is intended to be informational, educational, fun, entertaining. It is not a recommendation to buy or sell anything, financial instrument or otherwise. If you desire that personal financial advice, you got to hire and consult a financial advisor. So I'm not recommending you buy or sell stocks, options, futures, forex, cryptos, bonds, any of that stuff. If you want to trade, it's on you. All right. I'm not telling you to buy or sell anything. Now, oil yesterday hit my entry alert. I threw out a trade, made UCO my chart of the week. If you missed that somewhere, check Discord, check X, check. I think we're gonna send it out SMS. I mean, I've posted it lots of places. We can cover it also briefly. I'm not gonna go through the whole entire spiel. I've published it out there. So, Philip, good morning. This fine Tuesday morning. It's beautiful. Move. I tell you what. And the test drive that Rongamer set me up with, I gotta go in about an hour. I gotta go get that Tesla to try it. If my screen is blurry, it's on you. Click the little gear icon and change your resolution up. I'm broadcasting at 1080p. So, all right. And I see a little artifact showing up there with the green screen. Fix that baby right there. There we go. All right. Well, calendar. We had CPI coming in. I'll have to refresh this really briefly. So, yeah, it came in. Look at that. Came in tame, right? 0.2, month-over-month, 0, and 3.2 on the year-over-year. Maybe they're going to win, right? I mean, when you eliminate all the extra stuff, eliminate fuel and blah, 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 eliminate all the things we pay for. Hey, we got no inflation whatsoever. Prices have not gone up. I mean, whatever. You can cook the numbers any way you want. We all know that maybe the prices have quit going up, but they're certainly not coming down, right? I mean, everything I buy still costs a freaking fortune. I don't know about you. Seems like all the food I buy, all the things I have to buy to live, toilet paper, the toothpaste, the paper towels, all the things you need, still crazy expensive. Hey, my lovely wife Kimberly, good morning to you. You passed out when I left. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Good morning, my dear. Yeah, you hate it when I say that. Anyway, tomorrow we have PPI, core retail sales. So be careful here. This could, the retail sales numbers might cause a pullback. All right. This big pop today could get some continuation, and then be careful as we go into tomorrow. And I'll discuss why I think that there might be potential for a pullback tomorrow. All right. Here in just a few moments. We could see it today even. There's a pullback brewing with this move up, and we'll discuss it. And what better time than now, right? Let's go ahead and talk about it. So S&P 500, as soon as we open here in like 9 minutes, we're going to be up here. Beautiful. And that tilts the odds like 70% likely, like I was talking about yesterday. The pattern, bouncing off the roadmap line, the pattern is 70% likely to be heading up here. Next target, 47.22. Now, could it fail? Yeah, 30% of the time it can fail. So, all right. Be careful. All right. Be careful, be careful, be careful. I don't know how many times I can say it. Now, when we look over here and the ES, look at that beautiful giant freaking candle. Look at this thing. Look at that thing. Monster candle. I mean, rivals this one the other day. Now, what was I talking about? Like jump down the 15-minute here. Look at that. It's still a monster. Like that's what we're seeing right there. Now, watch out. A little bit of red. We could get a retrace. All right. We could see a retrace right back down in this zone. And the reason I'm mostly concerned is this chart right here. Let's go look at this chart on a daily right here. Now we have a 1, 2, 3. This would be a really deep 4, but it doesn't overlap the 1. Little baby 1, big 3, deep 4. If we make a 5th wave higher right here, up into the roadmap line, like I've been talking about, this went a little deeper than I wanted to see. I was kind of bummed out about that, but it's still holding above the potential wave 1. We tap out on that roadmap line. We get a retrace, and we tap. Like I removed the lines even. We do this. We do this right back in this zone. As soon as we break kind of this area right here on that next move right there. As soon as we get through that area, this is going to be game on, right? And we're talking big up potential. Big up potential. Talking like up here in the 190 area. Maybe even 200 area. Right back up to the highs we saw here in July. And we could even get extensions. Like that's not even the limit. I mean, we could very well see that move up to 21, 20, 210, 220. All right. I keep thinking in terms of the futures numbers. So this could potentially set off a huge run. Now, think about it. Yesterday, I was talking about the miners, the crypto miners being related to IWM. Think about the potential here. Extrapolate this. Think about what I'm thinking about. Connect the dots. Huge potential. Huge potential. Right? Everybody getting what I'm saying? If you're unclear, you can let me know in the chat. Huge potential. All right. MELI, look at that. Right up to potential breakouts. Extensions, 1514 would be the target. Possibly 1600. That's an expensive stock to play with, but looks like the pattern is going to work. ASML, showing a little pre-market pop. Can we get through the zone? This one maybe this may turn around here. We still have resistance up here at 693. Once we get above that, starts tipping the odds that we're going to 829, 900 on the upside. Maybe it can get on through. All right, I can't give you advice. I'm already full up on my crypto stocks, but they may start really outperforming if you have some favorite ones. I definitely have ones that I'm more partial to. I mean, I do hold Mara, Riot, BTBT, BITO, which is not going to move with the small caps. It's going to move with Bitcoin itself. AVGO, look at that baby go. Yeah, right up in there. 961 was the target. 101 above that. I didn't actually hit the rest of the futures here. Let's circle back. CL broke above. This is oil. I did the UCO trade, as I said, my chart of the week. This one did a measured bounce, breaking above. The more conservative entry up here, above the roadmap line. The even more conservative entry will be up here above this high for the continuation. But the fact that it has done this setup right here has set us up to the measured bounce. Now, let's talk about two different patterns here. The market roadmap pattern, 99, 106 are the targets. The measured bounce setup that we have in place, 110, 120, possibly up here at 140. Right here. That 1618, 140. This one right here, 120. And just this one right here, if it's bearish, 110. That's why I went long UCO. I'm going to wait and see if it proves it to me and probably add along the way. Right now, that was an aggressive, super aggressive entry. And my pick of the choice here, UCO. You can see there's kind of what I wrote about it. And we have the loftier targets up there, 57.69. Moving the notes. That's not what I want to do. So there you go. There's UCO for you. Gold getting a nice rally this morning right off the roadmap line. Look at this beauty go. Look at her go. Beautiful potential bounce off the roadmap line. Now, next extension. So you can do it the roadmap pattern, or you can just look at the big pattern. 2041, 2068 are the next upsides before the next pullback. It becomes likely. And then we're right up to that prior high at 2082, or 2086 area, that 2080-ish prior high. Once we get above that, it's just a matter of time before we're going on up here to the fib lines at 2150. Possibly up there at 2250 or 2230. It's starting to look spicy. 2250, 2150, 2250. Beautiful setup on gold. ES. Nope. Bitcoin. Looking like we're doing the pullback here. Just kind of waiting. We put a lot of effort, a lot of money flowing into this. Probably going to have to rest. We definitely hit some extension targets there. Came up to the 1272 at that 38,000 level. We may see a retrace back to this 3,300 level. Or even, we did retrace to that 1618 at 36. We could just kind of hold in here and churn before we gain a little strength and start popping. That next pop, look at that, 45,900 be the next pop potential. That'd be pretty strong, right? Think about it. Bitcoin rallied and small caps rally, and it takes the crypto miners higher. If the perfect storm comes together, beautiful potential there. Beautiful. Ethereum. Ether. Just kind of glanced off of that breakout. I think it got a marginal little higher high. Then retracing, it may come back down into this 1930 area before it can get the momentum it needs to break on out. Now, it is like 70% likely to go on up to 2300, but that doesn't mean it won't pull back a little bit first. All right. Now, it's the 70% likely is to get to here before it touches the roadmap line again. All right. Already covered that question, Catherine. Already literally already said the list. It was 3. There were 3 of them. All right. If you missed it, rewind on the little bar at the bottom. There's the market open. Getting all my alerts. TQQQ. Look at that baby go. That was the chart of the week from what, last week? Beautiful potential going higher. Beautiful. Man, I got so many alerts. Going crazy on me. So that, not what I wanted to do. That high, that low. 70% likely we're going to 51 on TQQQ. There's more alerts going off. All right. Covered those. MDB. Potential breakout. Get above that 618 for 67, 528. FNGU. Still the same. Oh, we're about to clear that resistance. If we can clear that resistance, 254, possibly 289 on the upside. We've been talking about this resistance zone for months, ever since September when we made it back here. Looking spicy. Looking spicy. We could see a big move up in FNGU. This is another leveraged instrument. Be careful on leverage. I should warn that on TQQQ. I should warn that here. Be careful on leveraged instruments. I should even warn it on UCO. I mean, this is a leveraged instrument, and leverage cuts both ways. All right, when they fail, you lose the leverage too. Like the leverage counts against you. So please be careful. Nvidia looks like it's going to go right up to that target zone. Market roadmap bounce, 70% likely to hit 532. Drops on down to 571, but those are the targets right up there. Beautiful. Everything's kind of ticking along here. Adobe didn't hit the roadmap line, but breaking out. Next resistance up here at the 5. That's 660, not 560. At the 660, 6 to 700 level, right up there. That's the next resistance. Comes from where we topped, right there. See that high and this high? Creates a little zone. Probably going to go up and test it. And this one it's got the 70% likely to go on an extension out to 820 before we hit the roadmap line again. I should say 815. Let's be conservative. All right. Drop down a little bit. There you go. 800 at least. We'll probably see something up there, and then we may get a retrace to the roadmap line. Now, Meta didn't. I mean, it got really close. Like, this is what I'm talking about. When we break above, we get above that 618. We came down close, but we're still likely to go on an extension for Meta to ultimately 464. And Netflix was another one that did some power moves there. Right back to the roadmap line. Now, extension 523. Beautiful potential. All these things are on the list today. I'm skipping around like crazy. I'm like ADD here today. Like I can't focus. Like so many things are popping. Beautiful. MDY, potential break above. That's mid-cap trust, spiders. Tesla, nice pop right into the roadmap line area. Watch out for a retrace on that one. Is this what I thought we were going to do just, a month later? Watch out for a retrace. If we can confirm the gap fill and the break above, then we're going to 350, more than likely. Race, Ferrari. Oh, man, look at that target right up there, 357. It's on the way. Got up to that first target. Popping on up. Beautiful. SMCI. Be careful on this one. That is a little more bearish than what we see on NVIDIA. This one could go on an extension lower. Be careful, be careful. QQQ. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Broke above the roadmap. Broke above the downtrend line. Bounced off the roadmap line. 396, 408. IWM, we already mentioned. IVV. Beautiful. Everything's breaking these downtrend lines. You notice these downtrend lines right here. Lower highs, lower high, lower high, lower high. Break above. This is a really nice potential setup here. Now we'll go from the low, high to low. 472. SPY, just in case, you're like, I don't know what you're talking about, ES and SPX. Well, you trade it with SPY, or you can trade it with SPY. You can trade it with XSP also. Look at that. Yesterday, stalling right at that line, breaking above today. Is this the confirmation of the breakout? I don't know. We may go retest the breakout level. Just be careful. That would be normal that we would retest the breakout level. This thing, just like the SPX chart, 471, kind of jives, and 487 on the extension. That would be a new all-time high, I do believe. And Meta, we already briefly mentioned, 343, 361. Everything's looking pretty dang sweet today. Now, I do warn, we may see a pullback. Home Depot, not the most bullish chart. Let's be honest here. This looks pretty freaking horrible. That's sideways, and we didn't get the 1272 on the downside, so we may hold the rub-up line and turn down here. Even though it's a nice pop, be careful chasing this one until we break back above some of this resistance. VOO, Vanguard, S&P. I guess it's like SPOOs, the VOOs. Breaking above that downtrend. See that all through the market where we had this series of lower highs, and then now we're breaking out. Be careful. It could be a fake breakout. Just be careful, all right? I'm not saying everything's all hunky-dory yet, because we haven't done, the biggest problem here, the biggest problem I got is that we went straight up off this low and didn't really do any kind of pullback yet. All right, that was 8 days up, a red day, 3 days up, and we're right into these highs we had from back here in August and September. Now, we are back above the 618, and odds are we're going higher, but that doesn't mean we won't retrace a little bit first. All right, please be careful. S5, F5 may get up to 80, and we may see a reaction off of that. Just be careful. ANET is popping. Oh, man, look at that right up above the 1618. Oh, that's not the right 1618. There we go. 218. 218 is upside there. Always got to pull them down to the lowest low. Microsoft. Where can she go from here? This was chart of the week a couple weeks back. Look at that. Target 382. We're not far away. Walmart reporting earnings this week. That was chart of the week. Also, 169 was my target. Almost there. Shoot, man. That's like 70 cents away. Beautiful potential there. Nail. Home builders and supplies. Not too bad. Been a little while since we did a fib line on this one. This one is leverage. Be careful. Leverage. But we get above this 73 area right here. And really, it's this high that matters the most. Get above that high. Highly likely go to 99, maybe 115. Could you buy it aggressively now? You could. Be careful. We may retrace. Could go lower. If that's a 618 retrace, that could get continuation lower. But if that's the kind of thing you want, you could buy here, put your stop here. You might get stopped out. Be careful. I mean, that's why it's aggressive. If you wait till up here, more likely to get to 99, possibly 115. Netflix. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful potential. 532, 571. As I mentioned, finally might break above that gap fill. May find a little resistance at the gap fill. That gap that it left from back here in January 22. IJH. And lots of stuff I don't keep track on. This is sideways, and be freaking careful. Look at that choppy bull shirt. Don't mess with that. That's just not worth it. DPST, nice pop, but that's another leverage one. And look at that. That's pretty bearish. All right. That's pretty gnarly. We did a reverse split. That's not looking super awesome here. We split you 5 for 1 over here, but then we reverse split you 1 for 2. Ouch. Golly. And be careful on those leverage things. GS. Could this be the end of the correction? I don't know. That's lower high. Like high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. That's not bullish yet. Don't mess with stuff until it starts proving it. That's looking pretty gnarly. Not a breakout yet. PANW. Oh. 274, 294, but the downside risk is about 195. I still hold all that I said before. The inability of this to make a higher high could show that we're going to go down to the support. And we do have earnings this week on Wednesday after the close. That's what the little moon means. Be careful. Snow kind of held that we needed to break out or break down. We've been in this consolidation for several months now. Could this be the breakout? We'll have to see. Still has a 618 up here above us, and probably need to tighten that up just a little bit off the lowest low. 618 still up here above us, and got to be back above that prior high right there at 172 to start tipping the odds to 207, 226. Otherwise, this could reject off of that 1618. I mean, that 618 level, 61.8% retrace level, and bust down on through and get the extension lower at 100. CRWD, just going off chart patterns. I'm not really looking at fundamentals or anything in the company. I'm just, the chart patterns tend to work for those of you that come on here all the time. So, hey, Goose, good morning. I missed seeing you there. And CRWD right there, 204. This may experience a pullback. Be careful. We could go retest the resistance zone. There's that 618 of the bigger drop right in the middle of that. We may pop right on up in that zone. These, it's like 70% on this one, 40% on this one, drops way down like 20% of moves, make it all the way to the 272 before they start retracing in a big way. So we could very well see it. And it drops way on down to like, 10%, 5%, and we get like less than 1%. Go all the way out to the 686. All right. This isn't a request show. Request show is 30 MA tonight at 5 p.m. So just so you know. All right. DE still looks like we might be headed down here. TARK. Interesting. Stuck below the roadmap line. Lower high, lower high, lower high. Be careful. That's not bullish. ZS. Oh, right out to the 184, 193 above that. ALB. Still looks like a horrible pile of garbage. Oh my gosh, what a dumpster fire. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's a... Don't mess with dumpster fires. Can it go lower? Here sure is. Heck, we can go much lower, all right? Don't think that it has to stay right here. It has to go higher from here. We can extend lower. That is a dumpster fire of a chart. SPLK. Nice pop. Is that a buyout? I don't even know. Yeah, merger with Cisco. Earnings coming up on Tuesday. Man, I mean, it parked in that resistance from that high, and then it's got this one up here if it's gonna jump up to the next level. I don't know what the buyout price was. Cat. Stuck under the roadmap line. Be careful. We can go lower for certain. Air. Wow. Pop and drop. Is that the low? I don't know. That looks pretty horrible. I wouldn't mess with that chart. CRM, nice pop. Got to get above this high right over here to do the extension. Moving the wrong thing. I got to get above this and this high, really. And that would set it up to go to 250, possibly 265. TTOW, take two. Look at that. Somebody drew that on the chart. Looks like we're going to get 160, maybe retrace, and then push out to 168, possibly. See upside targets right there. Market, man, that's a roadmap bounce. We're on the way, on the path. The entry was yesterday. Diamond, breaking above, potential to go. Let's clean up some of these fib lines and redraw it. There you go. 70% likely to get to 363. Not that I don't like DIA. I just think it's so manipulated that I can't use it as a gauge for the market. I don't use it as, it's not that it's not tradable. It's not that I don't like it. I don't use it as a gauge for the market. I don't like the way that they apply a correction factor to this index. So I don't typically mess with it. I feel like it's baked and manufactured, and these numbers don't mean anything. It's kind of like the whose line is it anyway? Then the points don't matter, and then or the points are all made up, and the prizes don't matter. See, we're still in a downtrend there, so be careful on down. Airbnb. Could that be the potential bottom? Maybe. We definitely found support at the 1272. Hit it 1, 2, 3 times with a higher low each time. Making a higher high, higher high, high, higher high, higher high. This could be the breakout. An aggressive potential entry above let's say 130. It's very aggressive. Very, very aggressive. If we pull this down to the lowest low, more conservatively above here, more conservatively above here. Unfortunately, it made that stupid high right up near the prior high. But then once we get up, once we get making highs higher than this high, this high, this high, 165, 180 on the next move, if it's going higher. EMPH, that's a lot of stuff to prove there. EMPH could also be forming a bottom, but it didn't really stop at a fib line, but it stopped in no man's land here. In between, that came a long way down from any roadmap line test. We may rally back up and retest the roadmap line at some point somewhere over in this area, somewhere over here. This may come down, and we may see it retest in there somewhere early next year. Lows, nice pop, still below the roadmap line. Similar to Home Depot, is not looking the most awesome, and this actually looks like a giant corrective that needs a final flush. So be careful on lows. Could we turn it around? Yeah, the pattern I'm seeing could be wrong, but think about it. I'm not usually that wrong. So this one also, clean this up. This looks like a giant corrective up. Actually, to that high. This looks like it is not done correcting, and we may see something down in this 220 area. We didn't pop. We did the drop. We didn't quite get down as far as I thought we would, and we may go down even lower. Clean up a bunch of these drawings that don't matter anymore because we didn't do things that. So there you go. There's the potential. All right. Well, not a lot of crypto miners on the list. No crypto miners on the list today because, well, crypto's uninteresting. Bitcoin's not really moving. It's actually negative today. So be careful out there. The account you say may be your own. It's not staying wrong that costs you money. I mean, it's not being wrong that costs you money. It's staying wrong. And if I said anything that was helpful today, any commentary you liked, didn't like, give me a thumbs up or down, or interact with videos, share with a friend, phone a friend, and come back. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're hit the bell with the notifications. Come back at 5 p.m. Eastern, where I'm going to do 30 minutes of awesome. Your request for at least 30 minutes. And I'll cover all those miners. I'll cover whatever you want to cover. We'll go through it all right here, 5 p.m., 30 minutes of awesome.